So good morning everyone and welcome back over to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Yes, we are back due to the fact that we've not been coming very frequently because of a lot of things going on, but we are now going to start coming back, and today we did get another virtual boarding pass for Rise of Resistance. We actually got boarding group number 40. It's only 9:05 and they're already up to groups 18 right now, so we'll get to be able to do that. And I think we're also going to attempt to do something we haven't done in a long time, and we're going to park hop today. And I'll explain more of that when we get into park hopping mode, but we're gonna head on into Hollywood Studios to see what we can get done today. It is a very gloomy day, but we'll make the most of it. And then walking into Hollywood Studios, very busy, but the park did just open just a few minutes ago. So, but it is, like I said, kind of a gloomy day. It started out very foggy this morning. So unfortunately it is a little foggy, but the sun's supposed to break through at any moment, I think that's what they were saying. But I do love walking down the middle of Hollywood Boulevard, and you can see Mickey and Minnie's all the way down at the end down there with the fluorescent neon lights. So we went ahead and got a return time for a Slinky Dog Dash because it is the longest wait in the park right now, outside of Rise of Resistance, but that's because virtual boarding queues. But so we're actually gonna head over to do Rock and Roller Coaster, because Rock and Roller Coaster is only posting a 15-minute wait because they are loading every row. But something interesting that Kayla pointed out is on the app, it says the wait time, but then it says vary by party size. Now I think what that is because they are loading every row, but not every seat. They may end up points where they may have like a party of 4, party of 3, and then they need only a party of 2. So they may pull party 2 quicker. So being a party 2 may be quicker or something like that, but it just depends, because if you have a bigger size, it may take just a little bit longer than the actual wait time. And walking up into Rock and Roller Coaster, it used to be presented by Haynes, but no longer. You can see where the pick is. It used to say presented by Haynes, but it does say only 15. It does say 15-minute wait, so I wonder how long it actually is. So we are going to go ahead and do Tower of Terror. We happen to know someone who works here, so they really get us on the tower really quick after we did Rock and Roller Coaster. So it's my favorite queue line of any of them is the Tower of Terror one. So freaking insane. I think I'm going to do the thing again where I'm probably not going to record on tower, because it is so hard to record, especially with the lighting. It can be so funky sometimes. So I think I'm going to not record this time, even though this is very... If you guys do want to see some footage of me riding this, or like seeing on-ride footage I have, I'll probably link some of those, or it'll be at the end of the video in a playlist of Hollywood Studios. So you can go through there and check out anything we've done with Tower. I've ridden on Tower of Terror, filming and stuff like that. It's just really hard, especially like nowadays, like I truly not to have anything extra in my hands, because I just don't want to get yelled at by the cast members too. So again, I definitely think they've updated the drop sequences, because they started adding in these little mini drops, like these little shaking moments, and I definitely really like those a lot. Definitely not the best sequence I've had on tower. The best sequence I had was when my family was here. That was the best sequence I've ever had on Tower of Terror, but that one wasn't too bad. I do like the shaking, and then I did like the fact that it did stop us at the very first window that opens, so then I can look out and you can actually see Slinky Dog, Alien Swirling Saucer, all that stuff over in Toy Story Land, and a little bit of Batu from there as well. So just like walking down Sunset Boulevard, and look right down there past the gift shops, look at the little crepe myrtle just poking all its colors out. You can really tell the color just right there, but it made me laugh. I just looked down there, I'm like, wow, on a really gross looking day, that really stands out. So despite the fact that they are not doing any of the in-person races as of right now, they still got Run Disney merchandise. Like, they've got this cool Run Disney Spirit jersey, which is $70. This really cool jacket that just says every magic is mile. Every mile is magic. Now a lot of this stuff is really good because it's it's simple, and then you have stuff like this. So every mile is magic. Load on cards. Safe, outfit ready. And I'm pretty sure the front just has the Mickey logo. Yep. So that is $40 for that. So, ooh, I like this. $35, not bad. So we were checking our queue because we were waiting for a Rise of Resistance. It says Group 40, and they're already 15 to 30, 45 minutes per hour. So I think we have enough time we'll be able to go over do our Slinky Dog Dash return time. And I think by then it'll be time for us to be really close to being ready to do Rise of Resistance. And then of course, walking up right past the Chinese Theater to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. They got their giant queue set up out here. It's very impressive how they do this, where all they've done is they just put down the markers and they have cast members in the middle directing everyone where to go. So the one downside that I have, like to everything, is that the Star Wars launch bay is currently not operating as the normal launch bay. It's a relaxation zone. Now the relaxation zones are where you can go in, sit down, take your mask off, take a break from wearing the mask. Now it's a big thing Disney really was big about when they first reopened after the closures in July. But unfortunately, launch bay is one of the relaxation zones, and I really like it a lot purely because you can do all the meet and greets and everything. But also they have the cool exhibits as well. But unfortunately right now, it's a relaxation zone.
My name is Woody. You new to these parts? Well, I hope you enjoy playing with toys, because it's playtime.
And heading into Toy Story Land, probably one of my favorite lands. Before Galaxy's Edge opened up, this was honestly my favorite land, but then now Galaxy's Edge opened. Galaxy's Edge is my favorite, but this still ranks up there pretty high on my list of lands. I love this land a lot. I just like this. I like the variety of attractions, because you have Toy Story Mania, which is a very classic, it's been here forever, but it's such a cool ride. You have Slinky Dog Dash, which is a fun little coaster. I mean, I love the theming. I love the fact that you're riding Slinky Dog on the back in Aunt Andy's backyard. Then you have Alien Swirling Saucer, which is a super fun attraction, and a lot of people hate me because I love it a lot, and I think it's a really good attraction, and it's higher up on one of my lists of favorite rides here at Hollywood Studios, and everyone seems to question why when I like it a lot. So we are walking up to do our return time for Slinky Dog Dash right here. And right now it is posting a 15-minute wait, and the last time I waited in it with my parents and my little sister, it said 15 minutes, but it only ended up being like 20-25 minutes, because Slinky Dog Dash is another one of the attractions that loads every row again, because they are spaced out enough for what Disney classifies being separated, being socially distanced. I love those effects for the throwbacks right there. Yeah. So it seems like it's much busier today than it was the last time we came, because right now Alien Swirling Saucer is posting a 45-minute wait. Toy Story Mania is posting 35. Slinky's up to 55, and Smuggler's Run's up to 55 minutes. So I thought it was, at first we both said this morning that we thought it wasn't going to be busy, but it's definitely a lot busier than I anticipated today. So yeah, I mean, that's just unfortunately though. Sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's not. It just all depends. So something I still have never done, and I feel like a bad Star Wars fan, I've never had blue milk. So what we actually did, we ordered some, and it's actually already ready. So we're gonna get to try some blue milk, and I've again never had it. So it'll be interesting. I'm really excited for this. All right, so like I said, I've never had blue milk before. I've been coming to Galaxy's Edge for a while, so let's. Interesting. I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't know how I feel about that, actually. Alright then. It's definitely interesting. I didn't expect that flavor almost. So my final verdict on blue milk, it's okay. Definitely not for me. Now I do maybe at some point come back and try the green milk, but what everyone says that the green milk, if you don't like the blue milk, the green milk you probably may not like. But I've also heard the concept of either you like the blue milk or the green milk, you don't really like both. So some other time let's come back and try the green milk next time. I will say I love walking up this way. So this when you walk around the corner, you get the view of the Millennium Falcon though right here. This is probably one of the most pictured views, like one of the most pictured things you can go through. Like it's so cool because you come right up to where Hondo Transports is, and then you have the Millennium Falcon right against the spires and everything. I will tell you, it just seems like that everyone who came to Hollywood Studios today is at Galaxy's Edge, and the amount of people I see walking out with like lightsabers today, it's a good sign. At least, I mean, people are still coming to the parks, they're still buying stuff. It's a good sign for the theme park industry here in Florida as a whole. People are still willing to come even though there are these very strict guidelines we must follow for everything. Alright, so now it is time to do our Rise of Resistance, and the fact that, so Group 40 is called a 10:45, so not even 2 full hours into the operating day, and we're already going on to Rise of Resistance on group number 40. So really showcase that they're really starting to move this ride along, and it's starting to really like be more efficient. It's also not breaking down as much, but also they're really getting good at the efficiency side of it. So it's such a good ride though. It's so stinking amazing.
BB-8, is everyone assembled? Good. Shouldn't you be in flight prep? Recruits, thank you for joining the cause. A covert resistance team led by my friend Finn has infiltrated a First Order Star Destroyer that is now headed to this system. Your outpost on Batu is no longer safe. We have transports waiting to take you to General Organa's secret base on Pucara. I'll regroup with you there. The Resistance desperately needs your help in our fight against Kylo Ren and the First Order. Remember, it is vital that you keep the location of the Pucara base secret. Lieutenant Beck, one of our top commanders, will lead you.
Affirmative. Transport is ready. Line Nom and I shall personally see them delivered.
Cargo vessel TR-141, identify yourselves and prepare to be boarded.
This is TR-141. We are a civilian vessel. By whose authority are we being detained?
By the authority of the First Order, Resistance scum. Now bring down your shields and prepare to be boarded.
They'll want the location of our secret base. Tell them nothing. The future of the Resistance is at stake.
You have just been captured by the First Order. You will leave now and head for an interrogation. Everyone, off the ship!
And stay out of trouble.
Hey, you're not authorized. Wait, those are the prisoners. You have a breach in attention block 3.
Your cover is blown. Find an alternate route. Who picked these two droids anyway?
Prisoners last seen with their teeth.
Now's a good time. The escape pods are below us. Wait, why are you going up? I said down. Up is bad. Up is real bad.
They have neither the resources nor the courage to engage us.
You underestimate their conviction. Raise the shields.
Shields? I see no evidence.
Now!
Sound the alarm. All
personnel to their stations. Sir, the prisoners have escaped.
How brave, but ultimately hopeless. There's nowhere to run. There's no escape. You will tell me the location of the secret base, and then I will destroy you and the Resistance.
Came in a little off target.
So still, absolutely fantastic attraction. That is so amazing. Like, I just can't get over that ride. It's so fun. It's unique. It's different. It's like 3 things in one. And we had very good, like, and people who were like the First Order who were interrogating us were very, very, very good. Like, they really were really getting in our face about it. So that's all so much fun. Well, it is time for us to come back to do our Smuggler's Run return time, but it is only posting a 15-minute wait. But before, the line was all the way wrapped around that way. Now it's almost back to this point right here. But they do have another section open as well for the queue, and man, this line can get pretty long sometimes.
Your lives and my profit is bestowed. Now go. You worry too much off-high. I will just send them to place dangerous that might damage the ship. And them too, yes, well. This is why I started my own company. To have ridiculous conversations with a talking trash man.
So it still intrigues me how the fact they have to do the Smuggler's Run. So like, there's only 2 of us, but then there was 1 person in front of us, so they got to go and be pilots, but you don't get to be a gunner if you are not with them. You only can be an engineer, because they put up plexiglass behind the gunner seats to separate you from a group in front of you. So if there was, say, 4 and then they needed 2, they could technically fill all 6 seats, but it's kind of how they're doing it now, and unfortunately that's just going to be the thing for the time being until the whole pandemic thing is over. But that's just how they're trying to cope with a lot of it. So just kind of one of those things to be mindful about. If you go ride Falcons and there's only 2 of you, or only 1 of you, expect to probably be an engineer if you're with if there's another group in front of you. So interesting enough, the Muppet shop right here and the Christmas shop are closed, but Mama Melrose, the like sit-down restaurant back here, is still open. So I feel like that's a big reason why people don't know that's back here. But I do know also people do say that everything with like Hollywood Studios, the one thing it does lack is a very good sit-down restaurants. It's only got really 1 or 2 that people really say are really good sit-down restaurants. But that's something that they're severely lacking. And the fact that they're adding another one to Toy Story Land in the barbecue spot, I'm hoping it's really good, because Disney's been really good about barbecue stuff. So be interested to see. We were trying to see if we can try to eat at Sci-Fi Diner, but it is probably the more popular of all the stuff to try to go to. And plus, it doesn't sit very many people because you sit in cars. So you can't fill up every seat like you used to. So unfortunately, Sci-Fi was out of the equation because they are very packed. So we were like, oh, let's get something from like Woody's Toy Box, or Woody's, Toy Box, Lunchbox, wow. And unfortunately, the times for the ordering, because you have to order everything mobilely, the next available time was 3:20 this afternoon. So they're like, oh, let's go to the Backlot Express. Well, they're not available till 1. So the only thing really available is Pizza Rizzo, which I know is not the greatest thing, but like, I mean, it's food. I mean, really can't complain. So so I got a pepperoni pizza, and Kayla got, I don't know what she got, but we're gonna split a cannoli as well. So, and we're gonna drink water, because that's one of our things. We try to just drink water when we're in the parks. So the pizzas aren't like that, like spectacular. I mean, it's not like Via Napoli or something like that where the pizzas are fantastic, or even like the Boardwalk. I mean, it's still, decent sized pizza. I just covered it in Parmesan and red chili flakes. But then like also we got the cannoli that they offer here. So, I mean, not bad. That's a good sized cannoli as well, though. So if you come upstairs, one, it's pretty cool because it's kind of interesting because you have like the dance floor back there, like a reception, some records. But if you come all the way to the back near the restrooms, look at these little drawings of all the Muppets. These are so cool. I do appreciate they've really been pushing more of the Muppets lately. The fact that like they gave them a restaurant, it could have been a better restaurant, and like they made sure Muppets Vision 3D stays, and they redid Miss Piggy's, and they do have the gift shop, which unfortunately is closed still. So now we're actually gonna come up and do Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway as the very last thing in this park before we actually do one of the first doing something that we have not done in a long time, and that's park hopping. Which in park hopping, just all it means is that we're going from one park to another Disney park all in the same day. So we'll talk a little bit more about that once we get off Mickey and Minnie's. So didn't film on Mickey and Minnie's this time, but something that we were doing that was a little bit different is we were looking for hidden Mickeys, and there's also a secondary storyline that involves Pluto. And essentially, once the trains run away, once you become runaway, what he does is he carries the picnic basket and he follows Mickey and Minnie as they try to rescue the train. Because as far as Goofy knows, there's no train. He doesn't know that the train's not behind him. So it's kind of cool to look through all the stuff. And like when you first enter into the ride, it says 1928. Well, that's the year Mickey was created. And then when you leave from the volcano underwater scene into the city scene, there's a 1901, and that's Walt's birth year. So it's kind of fun to look for those little hidden things with that attraction because they really put a lot of them in there. So we are going to do something we haven't done in a very, very, very long time. Going to leave this park. We're going to park hop over to the Magic Kingdom. So this is going to be really cool. I'll explain a little bit more about like how park hopping works now. Once we're actually going to try to park at Grand Floridian and take the new walkway over, and then we're going to go in and try to ride Haunted Mansion, and then probably call it from there. So we were able to go ahead and park over here at the Grand Floridian because we are going to take the walkway that's actually been built from here all the way over to the Magic Kingdom, because we still have a little bit of time before we can officially start park hopping. So it'll be also interesting to see how long does it take to walk from here to the Magic Kingdom. So yep, it looks like we're on the right path because it says right here to the boat launch marina and the walkway to the Magic Kingdom. So it's 1:55 right now. I wonder if we just keep following this little pathway right here. Let's see how long it takes us to walk from pretty much the lobby area to the Magic Kingdom. So we already got lost once by accident, wasn't really paying attention. But we at least found where to go now, as the monorail goes above us. So they built actually 2 bridges for this. They built this little bridge right here, and then they built the big bridge over there, which actually is where the water pageant show goes. So it's about 2 o'clock now after we got lost. See how long it takes us to walk from this point to the Magic Kingdom. So we got kind of a distance to go, but I think it just looks farther than it actually is. So as we're walking over to the Magic Kingdom, quickly I want to explain how does park hopping work now with the whole new rules and everything. So the way it has to work is the only way you can enter into the second park of the day, as long as there is availability, which there is a number, and I'll put that right here, that you can call. When you do is you call that number, it will tell you if any of the parks are full, or if they're at capacity, or if all the parks are open, which the majority of the time they all mostly are open. So, but you have to go, so you have to make a reservation for one park. So like today, we made a reservation for Disney's Hollywood Studios. The only way we can park hop is we have to go into Disney's Hollywood Studios and scan our bands, which we did. But then to park hop, we actually have to wait till 2 p.m. before you can actually start park hopping for the day. And so for us, we left a little bit earlier from Hollywood Studios, and now we are walking the new pathway to the Magic Kingdom. But be a little bit after 2, and then once we get there, we'll be able to scan in, you'll be able to go right in. But again, this all depends on if there's their capacity or not. So just remember, 2 p.m. is when you can go in, and you have to already been scanned into the first park of the day. So you also don't need a reservation for the second park that you need, because Kayla was just reminding me. You don't need a second reservation, you just need the one reservation. You also must have a park hopper option on the ticket, so to be able to park hop. We should get our mask off right here because it's still walking to the Magic Kingdom right now. But if, say, you go to another park and that's full, you can actually go back to the original park that you had your reservation for, and you'll be able to go in right away since you already had that reservation for the day. So, just think some things you got to keep in mind with park hopping in this new day and age of Disney Worlding. Alright, so that took about half a mile. That was half a mile of walking, and that wasn't even part when we first got lost. So, about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes to walk all the way there. So, that was a little bit of a hike too, man. End of your day, you're gonna be tired if you try to do that. All right though, but we are up to the Magic Kingdom, and so we are about to scan in for our second park of the day of doing park hopping. So it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a little weird if you try to do all 4 parks because you have to wait till 2 p.m. to start. So you almost have to like go to the park that closes first in Animal Kingdom and then work your way around that way. Alright, into the Magic Kingdom. Not a lot to plan. We were just going to see if we can try to do a couple of things before heading out, because that walk really took it out of us. But just seeing the Magic Kingdom again, see how busy it is here, because Hollywood Studios was starting to pick up the crowd levels when we left, so we'll be interested to see how busy it is here. The one downside though, Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom officially closed now. They actually closed on the 24th, so on Sunday. Yeah, it definitely is not that busy out today. Like, just walking down like middle Main Street, even after the Philharmonic, the little marching band they have here went through, it's still not that busy at all. It'd be interesting to see if, oh, it looks like the People Mover is running today. I do know they've been doing a lot of testing. However, there's been no official date or anything from Disney when it might be opening, so yeah. When we get a second, I'll try to point the camera over there and show you guys it moving, because it's definitely a good sign to see it. So if you walk up into Tomorrowland, you can see the People Mover track is very prominent, but like you can see, some of the trains are going by, but they are empty. So, unfortunately, like I said, it's still on the refurbishment schedule, and I can't remember till what date. But I am really excited for when the fact that I see it moving, because we haven't seen it move since really the parks reopened since July. So, I mean, it's a good sign to see them moving, but I mean, it still could mean they're probably a long ways from still having it open anytime soon. So, that's just that's just the unfortunate side of it. But I mean, hopefully it gets the love and the work it needed, because thing is very popular with a lot of people, and I really miss it. It's just really weird to be out here in front of the castle area right here, and pretty much not that very many people. And this is about the time people start lining up for the 3 o'clock parade in Festival Fantasy. I can't wait for it to come back right now. I know it's not coming back anytime soon. There's been no announcements, but with the fact that there is the Festival of the Lion King coming back, maybe we may start seeing other things coming soon. But I don't see that parade coming back until they start doing fireworks here again. And I don't see them doing fireworks for who knows how long at this point. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to head up this way towards Fantasyland, but we're going to go up and around Cosmic Rays. I think we're going to do the Tomorrowland Speedway. I haven't done that in a while. And I mean, at least got to do one attraction if we're going to be here. But I can tell you what, this view right here is amazing. It's just also so weird how empty it is in the front section here of the Magic Kingdom. It's kind of weird when you walk off that bridge right here. You have kind of the side points of, there's Fantasyland, Tomorrowland. So you're right on the border of Tomorrowland and Fantasyland when you enter here. But we thought, might as well go do Tomorrowland Speedway. I haven't done it in some time. Also, just something interesting to do differently. Plus, you get some really you get kind of up close to the Tron construction as well, so we can see a little bit of that. And maybe even walk up into Storybook Circus and look over, because I know they've got the canopy starting to get really close to the building itself. So it's really starting to come along. Whee!
I don't have meals, I just looked up and oh, sorry.
Look at the People Mover going. You can floor it, you know that.
Oh.
It's a whole other speed you weren't using.
It's hard to drive.
Look at the people mover. It's gonna be a great day when that actually comes back.
Yeah.
Ah! That is much closer to the speedway than I thought it was. Like, wow. I'll do like a jumbled mess right now. And then there's Space Mountain right there. Like out in this section, you're almost to the, you can almost be almost the same level as the Tomorrowland Human Mover. And then one long straight, nothing fancy about it. Whee! I like the fact that pretty much this goes into Fantasyland without actually being in Fantasyland. Whee! All the way down. So yeah, that's you can tell that attraction has definitely seen better days. Steering on those things aren't very good. It's a very interesting time on that. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Kay has something about trying to do the Astro Orbiter. We have to see what the wait time is, and then maybe try to figure out what to do from there. Okay, so this is the new this year series where it's Disney. Stitch crashes Disney, and he crashes a different sort of film every month. So this month he crashes into Beauty and the Beast. So this is the pin, and the pin, I mean, that's the size of my hand. But then you have the plushie. The plush where he's got a little rose and everything. So, oh, and then they have a magic band to go with it. That's funny. So $25 for that, and then I think it's for the plush $30. So we're probably gonna make our way into Storybook Circus really quick. Try to do like Dumbo or something like that. Do like one more ride probably. See if we can see any work being done on Tron right now as well, because that is still being worked on despite all the talks that it was not going to be working on once the new year started. Because it is still being worked on. There was clearly people up there when we went by on the Tomorrowland Speedway. So I thought we might as well do Dumbo really quick, at least do this before maybe heading out after that. Because we've been going at it since about 9 o'clock this morning and it's about 3 o'clock now. Look, Firestormer.
If you're going to apply higher lift, then hold the lever up until Dumbo begins to move. The longer you hold the lever up, the higher Dumbo will fly.
So I still really enjoy like Dumbo. That's always a fun little ride. But it is always funny. I always have to tell people, because I think it's fun to tell people, is that Dumbo actually was originally behind the castle, kind of where Seven Dwarf Mine Train sits now. And behind that used to be a huge lagoon that used to house 20,000 lakes under the sea. So it's one of those things that, like, when you look at it now, it's hard to imagine it, but I really want to find old pictures and come back to the park and showcase all of that as we can, because that'd be really cool to show people. I love walking down Main Street, and then right at the very end you see them hanging out on the train station. Oh, look at Mickey. He's having way too much fun up there. I also like the fact that they have the entire train station behind Scrim right now. Hopefully doing some work and painting it for the 50th anniversary that's happening later this year. Still can't believe it's already October. October is just this year, only a few months away.